Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is this feeling like we're okay. There's no holes in the boat, right? The boat's not sinking, but we're not sailing off to our adventure either. Okay? We're not in the open waters or the open ocean and sailing toward our destiny. We're in a safe harbor. It's almost like we're in dry dock, you know? I feel that we're in a safe cove where we're safe from storms, okay, emotionally at least. And I think that, like, we know that there's something else out there for us, but we're trying to just be okay where we are now. Maybe we're trying to say, I like it here. I'm okay with the way things are. I don't need to change anything. And I feel like we can't continue in that direction, you know. I feel like you're somebody who's very accepting, very tolerant, very forgiving, excellent qualities, right? I feel like there's something going on with you emotionally that we're trying to just say, no, I'm okay, I like it here. Okay, anytime we get a 4, we start looking around for the 5. I feel like change is coming. Okay, let's put this card into a little bit of context. And let's see what is going on. There's the Temperance card, Queen of Pentacles, Princess of Cups, Hierophant, Hermit. Over here we have Chariot. There's the 5 of Cups. Yeah, I knew it'd show up. And it's in the position of your relationships. Okay. 7 of Swords and the Tower. The Tower is not an inevitability. The Tower is what will happen if you continually try to ignore or cover up or sugarcoat your feelings. Okay. The 4 of Cups, it's building pressure. Eventually, it's going to just blow. If we don't address our emotions, if we don't recognize them and acknowledge them, they will come back and bite us in the butt when we're not ready. Okay? And that's the Tower. So we kind of want to avoid the Tower. It's kind of like we're walking away before things reach that critical point. Okay? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Yes, I know I have a candle out. If you have a guess or a hunch, feel free. Right? I encourage it. Let's do it together. Okay. Now, looking around the room, major, 5 major arcana energies. It's kind of undeniable. This is a life-changing moment for you. Okay. This is how you, I think, are really going to get the biggest win of your life. The biggest win ever. This is how, this is for all the marbles. You got to realize that where you are right now is not where you want to be. This is like there's a big storm outside. You went down into the storm cellar. And the storm passed. You're still there. Eventually, you have to come back upstairs. Okay? Eventually, we're getting out of the storm shelter and we're thinking, okay, I got to go forward with my life. This is the feeling that that we almost are frozen, that our ship is just not sailing. That maybe we've been preparing for something for a while. We've been sort of, We've been feeling something, these feelings building up in us, but we're trying to say, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to try to be content, right? I'm going to try to be content. I don't think we are content, okay? I think the 4 is us trying to contain how we feel and trying to just not deny them, not push them away, but just kind of say, no, I feel okay. I feel good. You know, it's like someone who's sick, but they just won't admit it. They're just like, oh, I feel fine. Yeah, I feel okay. And we don't. Okay, at least that's the energy that we're picking up here. We got a lot of major arcana energies. And really, we see a story with these too. Okay? Receiving the knowledge, the wisdom, right? Admitting or recognizing the reality of things. Recognizing that we do have these higher aspirations. That we do want something that is more than what we have now, or greater, or more connected, or whatever really it is for you. It feels like it may be a relationship because we do have this 5 in the position of your relationship. The pressure cooker, right? This situation that is building pressure. The longer we stay here with no movement, the more we are sort of inviting a tower moment. It's building up that pressure emotionally. Whereas Spirit is trying to tell you something. Your higher self, your spirit guide, is trying to show you. And then the Hermit, of course, is you looking within. It may be in a very obvious way, you walking away. Okay, choosing to walk away before we reach that tower moment. But at the very least, this card is about you going within and figuring out what your soul is telling you. Looking at how you feel and why. Sometimes the 5 of Cups is the best card of the tarot. Because once we are able to recognize it, then we're able to do something about it. Then we're able to make moves, right? This is the Chariot card. We're able to get the show on the road. We're able to get back to sailing to our destiny, our destination, right? Getting back on the open waters. Okay, we don't have any fire. We've got water, water, water. A little bit of air. And we'll deal with the air, but the water, I think, is very important. Because if we look at the story the water energy is telling us, we got the Princess of Cups. This was something that yesterday, last year, whenever it started, you wanted it. It's something that intrigued you, it interested in you. You had a desire for it. Okay? You craved it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a path. It's a hobby. Maybe it's a particular job. Maybe it's an object. It could be anything. But once we got it, 4 of Cups, we realize it doesn't really hit. Doesn't really do it for me. It wasn't what I thought it was. Okay? I realize that, the feeling is that it's really not for me. I mean, it's okay. I don't mind it, but I'm not happy. I'm not ecstatic. I'm not in love, right? I'm not passionate about this anymore. And sometimes we feel like, well, there must be something wrong with me. I wanted it so dang bad. Now I got it. I'm just like, meh. There must be something wrong with me, right? So we try to say, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a bad day. Maybe I really do like this, and I'm just, So we try to stick it out. We try to stay put. But all the while, there's this growing uneasiness. There's the building up of pressure, I think, with this 5 of... The 5 of Cups is what we really have in the environment. If we look at it objectively, if it were somebody else looking in, or if you were looking at somebody else's life, you would say, no, you're definitely not happy here. There's definitely something going on. There's a disappointment. There's a sadness. There's a turmoil. There's something stirring inside of you. But subjectively, we just think, that's fine, I'm okay, I should love it, I'm gonna find a way to love it. I'm gonna find a way to be okay here. Okay. But the tension between these two, right, are building up, and building up pressure. Okay. And that's the pressure cooker. So the longer you stay in this situation, the more pressure will be built up, and things will change for you unless you change them yourself, perhaps with the Hermit and the Chariot. Okay? Spirit will change things on your behalf, whether you like it or not, until you choose, until Hermit, Chariot, until you choose to change things on your own. So something's changing. You got to ask yourself, am I going to do it intentionally now, or am I just going to wait for things to kind of blow up? Okay, it seems like the change is inevitable. These are the two different approaches. Okay, this could either be the biggest win ever. You do it intentionally. You figure out how it is that you feel, and you make some changes now before things get, too out of hand, until it is too devastating to make any changes, or until these changes happen for you, or to you rather than because of you, right? This is disaster. This is going to be the biggest win of your life. And it's your choice. Things are changing. Okay? The Princess of Pentacles underneath the surface, this is looking at the past, looking at the long and winding road that we took to get here, what we thought we wanted. And sometimes we think, well, you know what? It took me a lot of money to get here. It took me a lot of time, effort, energy to get where I am. So I'm going to like it, gosh darn it. We're sort of gritting our teeth, and we're just like trying to force a smile. And we're just saying, you know what? It cost me so much. I'm going to have a good time. I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I hate it. I'm going to love it, right? Because of what we've invested in it. Okay. And I think a lot of us, that's how we are. Well, you know what? This has been years of my life. I have to just keep it. I've already invested so much of myself. I can't go in a different direction now. I've already put in so much time at this job. I put in so many hours. I got to just see it through. I've been with the company for so long. I can't throw all that away. Okay. But what the Queen of Pentacles is reminding us is that nothing is thrown away. Nothing is really truly discarded. Nothing is a waste of time, right? It's a part of you. Okay. And I think if we look at it that way, that with that tower event, well, things are just going to blow up. It's going to be a disaster. All that time I invested has gone to waste. It was all a waste of time. Then, yeah, it's going to be bad. But if we look at this situation and think, it wasn't a waste. It was necessary and useful. It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me to look at my feelings. It's teaching me how to make better decisions next time. It's teaching me where I truly want to go. I thought that was it. We're able to recognize the patterns. And that's part of the four as well. All of the fours are talking about patterns, habits, knots of karma. There's a reason why you have this desire towards something and then you get it and you really don't like it. Maybe we've done this before. Okay, so we can use this situation to learn about ourselves. And the Hierophant up here is trying to teach you about yourself. It's trying to say, look, you need to recognize how you feel, because how you feel is okay. There's nothing wrong with how you feel, right? We don't have to pretend we're a 4 of Cups when really we're a 5 of Cups. Well, what we thought we wanted, we don't want anymore. It's okay to have those feelings. Now, what we do about that is a whole other story, okay? But the Hierophant up here is trying to show you the choices that you've made and perhaps the patterns that you repeat, okay? And trying to show you that, hey, you feel a 5 of Cups right now. You don't have to pretend you don't. Now, in the Path of the Serpent, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is free. The Chariot is sort of your discipline, your control, your loyalty, and your devotion. You could stick this thing out till the end. You could stay here for the rest of your life because you're capable of that. You can commit. You're a loyal person. You're fortified. You're strong. You can endure. You can silently suffer. Right? You can stay at that job for the rest of your life. You can stay in that relationship forever. You can be the same person you've always been for the rest of your life if you choose to. It's your right. Okay? And you're capable of that. Right? It's very, it takes a lot of effort to stay the same. Okay? It takes a lot of effort to sort of try to conceal how we truly feel about something. Or we can realize that we are strong enough to make a change. We hold the reins on this chariot. We're in control, and we can move in a different direction if we choose. Okay? It is your right, and you are capable of that as well. So the loyalty, the devotion, the commitment, yeah, maybe there is a certain part of you that's loyal and committed to this, but there's also a part of you, a higher, deeper, more spiritual part of you, your essential self, your soul. That is where your allegiance really lies. And if your soul is trying to get your attention and say, this is not the path for you, if we don't listen, it's going to end in disaster. If we do listen, it might be difficult now because, yeah, we're going to end up having to really feel the feelings. We're going to have to feel this. Okay? And it's kind of the way, we might delay allowing the feelings in. Well, if we delay that forever, I think it's going to be a disaster. I think that if we confront how we feel now, we can make the right decisions sooner rather than later and get the big win, get the life we want, get on the right path for us where our soul is going to sing rather than cry. Okay? This is all about listening to that voice within you. Listening to what your heart, your intuition, your gut, your spirit, your soul is telling you. Okay? And I think the Seven of Swords, the mind, is a couple of things here. This is in the position of the obstacle. This is in the position of what you don't want. First of all, the mind is saying, nope, I made a commitment to this, and I'm staying here. I don't care what other details come in. I don't care what other facts are coming my way. I'm staying the course, right? And that's your right, and that's part of your chariot energy. I'm not changing directions no matter what happens. No matter what new data comes in, or no matter how I feel or what I think, no, stay in the course, right? Part of the reason why we do that is because I think we realize that if I don't have this Four of Cups, I don't know where I'm going. Sometimes staying in that safe harbor is okay because at least it's familiar. It's somewhat comfortable. It's routine, it's predictable. We know what to expect every day. But if we set sail out into that vast, open, infinite ocean of possibilities, we sort of feel like, I don't know what path is mine. And that's kind of scary. So change is not possible until the fear of staying the same is greater than the fear of what's out there. Staying here in this Four of Cups, staying in this little box, I cannot handle this anymore. I'm going to take my chances out in the open ocean. But that's the fear, that we don't know. We don't know the path. We don't have a map, right? Well, at least here in this Four of Cups, at least we know what we have. It's familiar. It's the safety of being at home, right? Even if it's not the greatest thing. I wouldn't wish for it again, but I'm here and it's so somewhat stable. I think that stability is an illusion because I think it's building pressure where change is going to be inevitable. So we have to overcome this. And we have to, I think, instead of going tower, we've got to go hermit. We've got to search within and listen to what our soul is telling us and make the right moves. And maybe that hermit is saying that you need at least some time to yourself where you can really get in touch with your feelings. Put yourself in an environment where you can really ask your soul, what are we feeling now? What is really going on inside? And this will show you the truth of your situation and whether or not you need to go in a new direction. Let's look at that mystery card. Okay. I want obviously a Six of Cups, right? The 4, the 5, the 6. Six of Cups will be glorious right now. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. an 8 of Pentacles. Well, doesn't give us the solution, but it does show that whichever path you decide on, it's not the routine, it's not the hard work that it bothers you. You're not, it's not the monotony. It's not the sort of the routine that's the problem. It's what you're committed to. Just being in a routine is good if we like what we're doing. If we're committed to what we're doing, we care about what we're doing. It feels rewarding spiritually. It feels like it is our calling. It feels like it's the right thing for us, and there's a resonance there. There's a harmony there. Then the repetitive hard work is beautiful. But what if we've been grinding away at this life that we don't feel anything toward? If anything, it feels cold. Right? Then this becomes a lot of just labor, a lot of labor. And we realize, too, the kind of dual nature of that with the path you're on now. Yeah, we need patience. Maybe this is just a feeling that's temporary. Maybe when you search your soul, like you're going to do with the hermit energy, maybe you got to journal it. Maybe it's even about seeking out a kind of a counselor or someone that we can speak with to sort of bounce ideas off of, right? A mentor or, a confidant, a trusted friend or something. The more we explore this, we might come to the conclusion that, I'm just in a rough patch. I need to stay consistent over here and be patient and keep with the routine and keep this steady work, and things are going to be okay. On the other hand, it's kind of saying, I need to go in a new direction, and in that new direction, I know that it's going to take time to really see the bigger picture, to see the plan unfold. Okay? Patience is needed. The routine, the commitment, the sort of the work ethic, right, is required either way. But it sort of asks the question, are we resonating with this work, with this routine, with what we're committed to? Maybe we're working on the relationship. Well, is it worth it? Is it meaningful? Do you find any sort of meaning in this work, in this repetition, in this commitment, and in the routine that you're in? Right? Because if we're following our path, if we're following our bliss, if we're connected with our sense of purpose, then this tedious, monotonous, daily, routine work is going to be absolutely meaningful. It doesn't mean that it has to be instantly gratifying, but that it's meaningful. Maybe that's why we don't have the 6 of cups, right? Pleasure. It's not about what feels the best. It's about what really has that meaning. The work is work. Okay? 2 people can be doing the same job. One person finds it meaningful, purposeful, there's a depth, there's a richness there. The other person really doesn't care about it. Okay? That's sort of what we're talking about here. So, interesting confirmation card. I think that you really do have to search your soul to answer some of these questions. And I think you're going to make the right decision. Yeah. We're going to do an Jing reading. We're going to do some oracle cards. There is a link up top and a link down below for the extended readings. New readings for Pisces Thursday and Sunday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.